Okay, you can read this one.
Yeah. When should I start?
Yeah, you can start now.
Robotnik tried to remember all he knew about raising a child. Maybe he had a book somewhere in his vast library folder. Robotnik preferred digital. He liked how it could save space, and he could use that room for testing his blasphemous creations, and he didn't have to worry about books being torn. That small child was still crying. Maybe he was hungry. It had been a while since he picked him up. Robotnik looked up a file for making baby formula. Maybe he could make some in his lab, as he had all the substances required, and even if he lacked the machinery, it was as easy as making a pie. This was nothing to Robotnik. He then finished making the formula and got the bottle from the 3D printer. He then placed the bottle in a robotic arm so the infant could be fed. He regularly checked up on him to see if he was okay. Robotnik was up one night when he heard him cry. Robotnik tried to rock him and console him, but he was still crying until a cleaner bot came into his nursery. The infant began to calm down. Robotnik knew vacuums made white noise, and maybe that's what calmed him. He sat down on a beanbag and watched him go to sleep. He too went to sleep.
Oh,
Robotnik was there every step of the way.
hold on, I just need to plug in my headphones again. Continue.
No worry. Robotnik was up one night. Robotnik was there every step of the way. He saw every major moment in Sonic's childhood, and Robotnik did his best to make his birthdays extra special, and gave him whatever he wanted for Christmas if he was good, obedient boy. If he was a good, obedient boy.
I was
As
12,
Robotnik raised him that way. No, sorry. No, that was my mistake. That was my mistake.
It was 12,
Sorry,
I was adding synonyms to everything. I
he
thought
was
I
a good,
ate.
obedient boy. As Robotnik raised him that way. You did eat, it's okay. Even though he was busy in his office, he still put enough time in his day with him to play whatever he felt like, to watch movies with him, or be purposefully bad at video games so Sonic could win and be happy. He liked to use all his spare time spending time with Sonic. Robotnik was a doting father figure. He wanted to be the best one. He had plans for Sonic. He knew what this child was capable anyways. Being a good father figure would definitely make his plans go great. No rebellious behavior. But teens tend to be rebellious. Robotnik had that all sorted, and Sonic just said his first word. Robotnik likes to plan ahead. And after all, it gives you a lot of time to prepare, and a bit of an advantage. Robotnik began to see the potential Sonic had. He hadn't seen anyone this fast. He began to train him when he was 5, with a playground tailored to skills he needs to improve and to utilize his current skills. Sonic called him Dad. Every dad made Robotnik feel something. He didn't know what, but it made feel something great. One time Sonic ran to him crying. Dad, someone made fun of me for being adopted at school, Sonic wailed. My friend's homeschooled is homosexual. Wait, but your homeschool... Who was it? Robotnik replied. It was Mr. Snuggles and T-Rex, Dad. Robotnik realized Sonic was only playing classroom with his teddies. He let out a small sigh of relief as he finished looking at the blueprints on his new robots. Why is he bullying himself? I will talk to his parents then. Maybe they wouldn't make fun of you, he reassures Sonic. Thank you, Dad.
You can
Robotnik
tell I
felt
was 12. You can tell I was 12.
Robotnik felt attached to the small boy. He felt proud being his father. Sometimes he'd forget why he was raising this boy and just be a dad. He shared a close bond with the boy. When Robotnik was working on his latest and greatest invention, he didn't mind Sonic running around to chase a robot. He liked to see him happy. After all, a happy child is a mentally healthy child. Robotnik saw how much this child would help him in his plans. He was fast, a quick learner, and loyal. He would make a great soldier for his empire, and Robotnik would finally achieve his lifelong dream of world domination. Robotnik wanted everyone to be under his finger. He liked the feeling of people doing whatever he wanted and admiring him, calling him the great leader, Dr. Robotnik. He also wanted to open his own theme park too. He loved admiration. Robotnik was observing Sonic in training, writing down a bio for him. He improved every day. Robotnik even threw in random scenarios, and Sonic still came out without a scratch. Of course, he knew investing all these years would be worth it. The world would finally be his. Sonic can easily break into...
Ichiban o hime-sama. Do you
Wait,
get the
Robotnik is Hatsune Miku?
one?
Robotnik is Hatsune Miku? Oh my goodness. This is the
That makes
AU of
so much.
AUs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonic can easily break into places, and he really doesn't need much help. Anthropomorphic animals can also last a week with little to no oxygen. Oh my goodness!
And
So he would be
this
useful
is like how
in
Sonic and friends are always in space without any like spacesuits, right? So at the
Yeah, but
time,
how does Robotnik know this? He must have starved Sonic of oxygen to figure that out.
I think it was figured out a while before. That was
Okay.
my
I hope
consensus when
so.
I was 12.
I really hope
Because,
so.
like, there's so many Sonic space levels where he doesn't wear, like, a spacesuit, right? And he's still running. So it was like, let me make an explanation for this.
Fair enough. So he would be useful in space missions, and his amazing speed could be used to observe territories easily. Sonic also has a fast reaction time, able to dodge bullets in the simulations, and is able to get high
Dodge
scores in
bullets.
rhythm games.
Dodge bullets, like the hit, video game Tohu project.
I love this so much. High scores in rhythm games. Fast reaction time was great. Everything about Sonic was great for his plans. Robotnik never just threw him in the pool so he could learn to swim. He helped him improve every session, and at the end, he'd talk about how well he did and what he needs to improve. After all, Robotnik thought all this time was worth it. No robot would be good enough to be his father figure. Even with the most advanced AI Robotnik could make, Robotnik knew he needed someone to help him do kid things, like getting something for him on top of a shelf, or make sure his diet was sufficient enough for development. Robotnik saw this as an investment, but he really liked to be Sonic's father figure. He saw Sonic as an interesting and independent young boy. He was someone he liked being around with. He was even a
Yo,
catalyst for his invention.
can
Eh?
I tell you two options I had for like this fanfic when I was younger, right? I was thinking,
Yeah?
what if Sonic was like a random orphan boy that just had like abilities and Robotnik was like, Ayo, I'm gonna adopt this child? Or what if he was a random baby he found while invading?
Robotnik the colonizer. That's so bad.
Help! I mean, he is a colonizer. He is an empire like
Okay,
the British.
Robotnik is English!
Oh,
No!
I think he's actually Russian coded, but because I don't know.
That's like just as bad, kind of.
E- Eggman is a lot like Elon Musk, but here's one thing: Eggman actually cares for his like daughter. You know Sage, right? Sage from
Yeah,
Sonic Frontiers, right? Eggman
yeah.
actually cares about her, but like
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Musk does not.
Don't compare Eggman to Elon Musk. No one deserves to be compared to Elon Musk.
Exactly, because like Elon Musk does not give two craps about Vivian, but Eggman, he's literally like he literally brings back like, oh, spoiler alert. Um, but yeah, Eggman cares about Sage a lot. This was written before Frontiers, by the way. You can tell.
Dude, isn't Elon Musk his family's like incest as well?
Ugh,
Did you not know?
no,
Google Elon Musk incest.
bruh. I mean, my parents are cousins.
Uh, well, you're Muslim, so that's kind of normal.
I guess.
You also live
I
in
will
England,
not.
so it's extra normal.
We both live in England.
My parents aren't cousins.
Yeah, I know that. I know that because aren't you like half?
Yeah,
You're like.
yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah, they're definitely not cousins.
So, anyways, as you were saying before, you went on a tangent. Before we went on a tangent about Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
what
sorry.
point were you on?
Where did I get up to? Oh yeah, he was even a catalyst for his inventions. He even went on for him. He wanted to give him the world if he could. That's what he was going to do. Take over the world, heck the entire universe if he could, and give it all to Sonic. Sonic loved his father. He was never mad with him and wasn't very demanding. He knew how much his father was working and didn't bother him much. He loved to see what interesting inventions he made and testing them out. He liked to test his father's inventions, mostly because he could smash things up. He thought of his father as the best dad ever, and was grateful for everything he did for him, even if he couldn't get him everything, despite being able to afford anything. Sonic knew he'd just use it for a month. He's got ADHD. Unless it was a new device, like a portable device or a computer. Because devices are really useful, and you
Neurodivergent
could feed
Sonic
dogs.
characters is real.
They all are.
Yeah, especially Tails. Especially Tails.
We are literally Sonic and Tails.
Yeah, for real.
Draw and listen to music, and even watch TV and play games, as Sonic thought of the endless possibilities devices
Endless
had. Sonic
possibilities,
also.
like the song from Sonic Unleashed.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even catch that. Look at you go.
Ian Flynn, you have some competition. Bro, Ian
Dinner
Flynn is
time,
one of my
Sonic.
favorite
Oh,
writers. Oh, continue, sorry.
no, it's okay. This is like a author commentary on your fanfic. This is good. You have more
Yeah,
information.
with a friend, so that's great.
Yeah, they always have guest stars.
Mm. You're my guest star.
Oh, I'm just glad to be here, man.
Yeah.
I've
Anyways,
been holding your apple juice.
yay. Anyways, continue.
It's dinner time, Sonic! Robotnik shouted. Robotnik preferred to use his voice instead of a clock or a recording on the speakers. It felt more authentic. I'm coming! Sonic shouted back. Robotnik made some chili dogs with his own hands. Not a single robot made it. This is like bare minimum. Anyway, Sonic loved chili dogs. They were his favorite food. Guys, I'm so proud of myself. I cooked for my son. Sonic cheerfully asked, Dad, it's almost my birthday. Are you going to give me anything? A father and son camping trip. Just the two of us and nature, Robotnik replied. A camping trip, Sonic muttered. That is so amazing. I love nature. I'm getting ready for it, bringing tents, water bottles, tools, sunscreen, medical things, mosquito repellent, string, crackers and marshmallows for the s'mores, Sonic excitedly interrupted. I've always wanted to roast s'mores over a fire. Haha, don't be silly, I won't forget them. My birthday is in a week, I can't wait. I won't forget, son, Sonic mumbled with his mouth full of chili dog. Thanks, Dad, you're the best.
No, it's supposed to
I
be like
know.
when you eat like food. Like,
Oh yeah, I know, but when I
thanks,
saw
Dad.
thanks, I
You're
just
the
I went English mode. I know. Dinner finished and Robotnik went back to his work. It was 5:30. Half an hour from Sonic's daily combat class, Robotnik worked on his latest robot for a session next week. He also worked on upgrading a current model, as Sonic was able to destroy that with a bit of effort. Local forces don't stand a chance, but he doesn't want some idiot ruining his plans. No, what? Yeah, ruining his plans of complete world domination and destroying all his robots. He wanted to make sure no one with special abilities had a chance. He remembered the last few
special
people who
abilities,
conspired
lol.
against him. Special in more ways than one. Conspired against him. But they stood a chance against him. They're now 6 feet underground. Their graves are a reminder to those who stumble across
Underground,
them not to
like
mess with the great
Sonic
empire.
Underground. The mover will be found. Sorry, I just think of that one TV show. Did you know there were two Sonic TV shows that were airing at the same time? One was more upbeat and the other was like serious and stuff.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I got that from the Scott Pilgrim thing.
Hmm.
So, anyways,
Dude, you need to
continue.
be lobotomized.
They would
You have too much
lobotom.
autism.
If I lived way back then in the West, right, I would have definitely been lobotomized.
Good.
No, but if I lived like many years ago, I would probably still be in like the Middle East or something,
Yeah.
where they
Iran,
don't
right?
lobotom. No, Iraq.
Oh.
Well, northernmost Iraq, the Kurdish region, because I'm Kurdish.
But you're Kurdish? No way.
I literally said this before.
No, I know. You say it all the time. I was joking.
Okay. Continue.
So wait, sorry. This is off topic, but I read Persepolis recently, and there's a Kurdish man, and it just reminded me of you. Anyway.
No way
Um,
Kurdistan mentioned.
yes. Kurdistan is real.
Yes.
Uh, their graves are a reminder to those who stumble across them not to mess with the great empire. They will regret it and their fate the same. Dad! Sonic exclaimed. It's time for my lesson. Yep. Let's see if you can beat these robots in my simulation. They might be harder to defeat this time. Your robots are so great, Sonic stated. I won't be able to destroy them. That's how great they are. This time it really took a lot of effort for Sonic. The child was really tired, but he was determined to complete his training. Perfect! No one will stand a chance. Take 5, then come back for combat training, Robotnik said. Sure, Sonic replied. Sonic grabbed the water bottle and relaxed on the bench. He loosened his simulation suit and crossed his legs. He sat for a bit. I'm fine now, but I have 4 minutes left. Why not use it? Sonic thought. Sonic spent the rest of his time relaxing, impressed with how strong these robots were. He always thought that he could beat them as quick as possible, but Robotnik really did spend a lot of time making them much better. Time is up, Robotnik exclaimed. I'm up and ready, Sonic eagerly yelled. Robotnik simulated the strongest military he faced. Sonic was able to take them down with a bit of effort. Great job! Seemed to come through the glass as Robotnik put his thumb up. So how did I do? Sonic asked. Running was great. Need to utilize more of that spin. Come on, Dad. I can only do that with a bit of momentum. I'm sure you will learn. I will. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Robotic liked this confidence that came from him. After all, it was better to have some than none at all.
In the next chapter, I'm reading this. One of the chapters is just me saying something very important. But yeah, it's funny that I posted a chapter on his birthday, on my sister's birthday. Dad, you forgot the marshmallows and the crackers and the chocolate, Sonic, right? Lucky we are home. I'll go get them. Sonic swooshed inside and yelled, Race you! Robotnik just stood there until he came back with everything he left behind. The small ingredients. I was gonna beat you, but you were really fast, Robotnik said. Yeah, I'm fast. It's a fact, isn't it, Dad? Robotnik said. As a certified genius, I declare you the fastest living multi-celled sentient being on Mobius. Isn't it referred to Earth now? Who knows? I need to check the canon again. Does that mean I'm the fastest thing alive? Actually, that is more catchy. Robotnik placed his packed his egg camper with everything he was carrying. Tents, food, medical kits, whatever you need for camping. I'm ready. Anything else? Do I still have to do the daily training sessions? I really like them, asked Sonic. It's time to just relax, Sonic. After all, this is a camping trip. Sonic thought this camper was slow and no in-trip food or movies. He liked running better. Bro, oh my god. Of course, he only saw where he was
He's on
going
the
on.
grind.
No, it's because, like, no food or movies. I like running better is from like the beginning of like SA2, and like I was like,
Oh.
do you play Sonic much?
I used to back in the day, not much anymore.
Oh, okay. But anyways,
I basically quit video games for my GCSEs.
real. Sonic thought this camper was okay. Maybe he could run up some mountains. He also heard his dad gleefully singing about 1,000 badniks in the arsenal something. 1,000 badniks in the arsenal, 1,000 badniks in the arsenal, destroy one and scrap it. 99 badniks in the arsenal or something. Whatever it was, Sonic knew this trip was going to be long. The scamper was slower than him. Dad, are we there yet? Just a tenth of the way done. A tenth? Sonic already made 2 drawings and played I Spy 5 times. Was there a book he could read? A book on his tablet? It was all about aerodynamics and stuff. Still better to learn it now. He was fast after all, and aerodynamics is useful for speed, and even your goldfish remembers what Sonic's specialty is. Did you get that? Did you get that?
Yeah. Speed.
Yeah, he was reading, but the lush greenery drew him away. He could imagine someone running with a camper and blurring with the walls of a countryside. He amused himself with the imaginary ninja for the rest of the trip. We are here, Robotnik cheered. The trees are so tall, Sonic exclaimed. It's only approximately 90 feet tall. Wait until you see rainforest trees, Robotnik replied. Look, Dad, I want a tree, Sonic yelled. I better get you down. Robotnik quickly got a tie-up trampoline and tied it around a tree. I think it's supposed to be some trees. Sonic came down and tied the others until he was done and went back. Oh, I see what I did. And went back onto the tree. He finished the first one until he saw all the others done, then laughed. I'm coming down, Dad. Sonic gracefully leaped down and bounced on the trampoline until the bounce faded out. I'm going to get some sticks. I'll be back. Vince turned to see Sonic with a big pile of sticks, then rubbing two together. Careful, you're gonna get yourself hurt. Drop them onto the fireplace now! Robotnik shouted. He quickly did as his dad commanded. Then he put his hands behind his back and tilted his head a little and sat down. Robotnik sat down and set up the campfire so he could put the Dutch oven and began putting stuff for his soup. Please don't go too far, Sonic, Robotnik said. Okay. Sonic ran around the mountains, looking at these small animals. He then stumbled across a woodland town and saw someone resisting arrest from 2 robots. I wonder what's happening here, Sonic thought. Let me go! I won't let you have it, the stranger yelled. He seemed aggressive and tough. These robots will barely keep him down. This seemed like a situation Sonic could deal with. He took out his walkie-talkie and put it on the right channel. Dad, someone's trying to beat the robots and they're really strong. How strong? Able to free the animal out of a robot strong. Alright, this is your first I feel like he would probably lied and said, oh, these little animals want to fight for like empire or something. You there?
Propaganda. Yes?
Hello?
Could
Oh,
could you not hear me?
no, my headphones aren't plugged in properly. Okay, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Oh.
Alright, this is your first
Yeah, I said propaganda.
Yeah, definitely propaganda. Alright, this is your first
So
mission. Get
bad. Boo.
boo, we hate propaganda. Alright, this is your first mission. Get him to me. That is your objective. My first mission? I sure can, Dad. Sonic tried approaching the boy. He was running for his life until he was caught up by Sonic in a matter of seconds. You should be glad I'm letting you live, Sonic sneered. You work with Robotnik or something? The boy replied. Haha, I do, I guess. Now do whatever he wants or you'll regret it. It's my duty to protect. He then fell over and out of his bag came a brightly coloured gem. Sonic felt some weird attraction to this gem, as if it was something familiar. He picked it up to inspect the gem, then he kept it and tilted his head. He saw the boy run away into the forest and Sonic couldn't find him. Come get some! I'm not scared! Sonic ran for a long time and he couldn't find him. Where could he be? What black magic freakery did he do to disappear? He came back to camp with only the brightly coloured gem in his hands. Disappointed he didn't get the boy, he sadly put the gem on the table. Sorry, Dad, Sonic muttered. No, don't be sorry, Sonic. Reassure. What? No, don't be sorry, Robotnik reassured Sonic. I tried that. A Chaos Emerald in all my years. I haven't touched one yet. This is brilliant. It is, but I didn't bring the Chaos Emerald holds a special power. Imagine how that power would be like for the Empire. Sonic had sat down and ate some of the soup his dad made on the fireplace. He looked on the bright side. At least he got something valuable for his dad. And as he was done with his soup, his dad got out a cake with 8 candles on it. He also did the same thing people do in this ritual and chanted happy birthday to you. Sonic blew out the candles. Dad, it's getting dark. Can we tell ghost stories? I don't know most ghost stories, but I'll try my best. Robotnik tells his son about one of the scariest nights so far. As he was building the empire, he remote controlled a drone near this area, which the locals called the Unknown Forest Zone. Many supernatural phenomena have claimed to happen there. The drone couldn't detect anything, even though Eggman saw a silhouette that was there for only a millisecond. Something came from the mic. It's the followed by the clapping of thunder. The footage all glitchy, and then it went to static. The thunder clapped some more. The drone hasn't sent any footage since. Ooh,
Ooh.
very spooky. Sonic then went to sleep that night. He woke up out of random and then he saw one of his father's robots covered in moss and scratched, also partially dented. It ominously stayed there until it turned around. Sonic was curious to see where it was going and then followed the robot. As he followed, everything got darker and Sonic felt an unnerving feeling slip down his spine. Can you feel life slipping down your spine? Sorry, something was wrong. As Sonic walked down the forest, he heard some wailing. He thought it might be the ambience or something. The wailing got louder. A voice wailed, I am the spirit of the forest. I don't. I forgot to put have there. I don't have much energy left. But you must stop them, Sonic yelled. Who? You know them, whether it be now or the future. Must be a dream, Sonic thought. He checked any reflective surfaces to see if he was dreaming. As you can't look at reflections while you dream, his face was still there, all real. I'm out of here, Sonic exclaimed. I will kill you if you prove yourself unworthy, like those who ventured here before you. What challenge do you have then? Sonic asked. Oh, beat it. No problem. The trees fell over to make a circular arena. A wood mech-looking entity fell into the arena and shook the ground. It planted itself into the ground and stretched a branch and almost tangled Sonic. Huh, so that's what I'm facing against. Sonic thought it uses its special attack only when it's planted onto the ground. Sonic finally had that moment. It's at its weakest when detached to the ground, and friction creates heat. And since it's made of wood, he could set it on fire with enough friction. He grabbed the log and hit its leg like a baseball with all his strength. It toppled over, and before the entity could get up, he pinned it down and ran around its back until it was devoured by fire. The spirit said, I like your wits and skill, Blue One. I sense that you are the one. I bid you farewell. Goodbye, Sonic exclaimed, then changing his tone to a quiet one. Huh, I wonder what all that fuss was about. He saw one of his father's robots, fresh, but it looked more like a guide bot. Maybe Dad will bring him back to camp. He followed it back and his dad was there cooking a barbecue. Sonic, you're back. You missed breakfast, but I am making barbecue chili dogs, Robotnik said. Sorry, Dad, I was on a morning walk. Smells delicious. Glad you're safe. They sat on the table together and ate their chili dogs together, having a great time together and finishing off the trip with some hiking and bonding, finally consuming the s'mores together like you do on a camping trip, then heading back and packing up. Sonic enjoyed that camping trip. He never realized how much he loves nature and how sublime it is. He hopes to go back next year. Woo!
That was
So,
so cute.
yeah! My heart is shattering. My heart is
So
shattering.
I left a comment
Where? Where? Chapter
on
1?
chapter 3.
Okay, let me just
3.
yeah. Peak. I made this when I was 12.
I like it. Good.
Okay, next
Are you good?
chapter. Yeah, I'm good. You read the next chapter.
Yeah. Chapter 4, more of that normal life. Sonic thought his life was fine. He never wanted anything more. Robotnik was the best dad ever, and his father-son bond was strong to him. Dad, it's Saturday. But it's early. I haven't even made breakfast. Go read something or watch something. Sonic went to watch something. He didn't really have a favorite show. He put on a documentary, an old one about hedgehogs in the city. Probably hundreds or thousands year old, as they was the small
Something
brown
like
one. He
something
was
like
rooting.
David Attenborough or something.
Just the idea that they still air 1,000-year-old documentaries is wild. They would have so much new information.
Yeah. But like it's the History Channel, I think.
On the History Channel, they don't air old documentaries.
I don't know.
It works as a meme though. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
Probably hundreds of thousands year old, as they were the small brown ones. He was rooting for the one the narrator called Thomas, but then another hedgehog took his seat. Thomas and he
Are you
his
okay? Is your
advances.
mic
Poor
okay?
Thomas, he thought.
Your mic
Sorry,
was.
I'm just laughing. I'm sorry, it's because I'm laughing. This is really funny. Sorry, I'll read it again. um, he was rooting for the one narrator called Thomas, but then another hedgehog took his things, and Thomas was sad. And even worse, a female hedgehog had rejected his advances. Poor Thomas, he thought, lost all his things and got rejected. It got boring. It
I
got
was watching
boring after a while.
documentaries at the time of writing this. My dad loves nature documentaries.
Until another female hedgehog accepted him. But he decided to put it on a kids show about these best friends doing best friend things. Sonic wanted a best friend, but he didn't know how to get one. That's so real, Sonic.
I
Did he
know, I
really need a
know.
best friend or not? Sonic longed for a friend. That's why he plays classroom with his toys. He does get envious of people in media like books, movies, or TV show, or games when he sees them with a friend. Breakfast is ready, Eggman said. Sonic came down the table and ate his breakfast. He obviously knew that Robotnik wasn't his biological father, but Sonic believed in a sentimental family care, and he was enough of a parent figure for him because he cared for Sonic. Sonic went back to his things. A daily task came onto his device, part of homeschooling. It was to write about what you would like the most, and why. Sonic was not sure if he should put anything there about his desire for a best friend, or maybe for his dad to achieve his dream about being the emperor of the whole world. He's just
The
like me.
propaganda
He
is
wrote down
working.
about wanting a friend. Yeah, poor guy. My poor sweet boy. He wrote down about wanting a friend. He didn't know what else to write. He spammed the backspace button and wrote global happiness, and drew him and his dad with a background full of vegetation and rainbows. He ran to show his dad, and Robotnik took one look at the assignment and almost cried of happiness. He sent it on his fridge display with the other drawings, so every time he opened and closed the fridge, he would see his art.
Samsung smart
Sonic tried
fridge.
to bring up the subject as having.
Samsung smart fridge.
Absolutely not. What did the smart fridge even do, by the way?
You could play Doom on it. What if we posted this in
Okay,
like
that's so
parts,
real.
like posting chapter 1 of my Sonic fanfic and then reading. Should we split it up into parts?
Yes,
So they
sure,
already
that
have
sounds
like
good.
half an hour of footage. Anyways, continue.
Would this be okay? Sonic tried to bring up the subject of having a playdate or something. He was too anxious to even bring it up and change the subject.
Me for
One
real,
time, Robotnik
actually.
was working on a. Honestly, he's just like us, man.
Yeah.
One time, Robotnik was working on a prototype for a robot. Sonic came into his office/lab and looked at the prototype. Dad, what is that? Sonic inquisitively asked. It's a prototype. Would you like to see it? Robotnik replied. Yes. Sonic thought maybe he could talk to the robot. It was going to be used on a mission. Want to see my drawings? He asked the robot. Robotnik looked at him and smiled. He felt proud he was raising him. He was going to be a valuable operative for the Empire. He then activated. This guy's terrible. He
Yeah.
then activated the robot and sent commands from his computer and made the robot play with him. Interaction skills are important if he wants the best operative. Sonic then had a lengthy play session with the robot. What's your name? The robot gave a shrug and turned its head. I'll call you Buddy. Sonic and Buddy went to the playground and played together. Dad, can I play with Buddy tomorrow? Is that what you called him? Yes, of course. But now you have to say bye as you have your daily training. Bye, Buddy. See you tomorrow. Sonic went into the room to train. He put on the haptics and gave the ready signal. He would try and see if gaining enough momentum and curling up would help. It seemed effective. He also tried to curl up while jumping, and decided to destroy a few simulated prototypes. A lot more power went into destroying them. If he could barely beat them, those traitorous insurgents, as he likes to call them, would probably retreat. After the simulation, he went to his dad and complimented his robots. Hey dad, you know what I want to be when I grow up? What would you like to be? I would love to be something special for the Empire. No!
The
No,
propaganda is
Sonic!
working!
Sonic, no!
Oh, hold on, my headphones unplugged. Okay, now I'm back.
Don't worry.
I
This
know.
guy's running his own Hitler Youth.
Wait, the bad
It's
guy
so
from
bad.
Wolfenstein. The bad
No, Hitler
guy.
Youth was a real thing.
I know, but like I know it's a real thing, but I just wanted to.
You just have autism brain rot. It's okay.
Yeah.
I still love you.
Help! I'm screaming into my pillow.
Ah! Autism! Anyway,
Real.
you already are, son. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a scientist like my grandfather. I heard about how great his work was and wanted to be as great as him. All these robots are really cool, Dad, Sonic stated. You are a great scientist. Aw, thanks. Sonic would always wake up a little early and have his breakfast, do his work, have lunch and finish his work, and play for a bit, and then have dinner and train and go to sleep. Same and boring day. Sonic wondered if Eggman had an interesting life or any major enemy he had before he took full responsibility of him and took him in. Dad, did you have any enemies? Sonic asked. Well, before I took full responsibility of you, there was this pair that was stopping my dream from being fulfilled, but they can't bother us anymore, Robotnik replied. What happened to them? Well, those pests are gone. Is it okay if you go now? I need to work. Okay, Dad. Oh, those two. He was there that day. He killed them. Saw them leak that fountain of red, his sworn enemy. He remembered when they were just starting to be a minor threat. Now one of the most effective forces against him, but he could get rid of them. After all, he's a certified genius and always has a plan. It was useless to resist against him. He had this massive arsenal, and no one alive could match his genius power, and he had Sonic, the fastest thing alive. Great for getting Chaos Emerald, as he also had a reaction. He thought he was lucky to find him that day after leaving the war zone. One of Nemesis. Nemesis?
Nemesis.
Aphelios Chronicles!
Yeah. No way. Nemesis pseudo. Oh my god.
Nemesis. A super form. Something gained from the power of Chaos Emerald, meant to make the user a strong being. But machinery always prevails over magic people. His
Magic
other
and
nemesis,
people.
tomboyish cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
His other nemesis, tomboyish cool, a bit overconfident, quick and cocky, unlike her spouse. Serious, tactical, sometimes short-tempered. She perished before him, but were both persistent for people. He had to use his strongest robots until the robots were defeated, destroyed. Only when he brought out his special mech, with enough pressure to squash a small house and partially covered in rotating spikes and missiles to destroy things, 5-mile radius, all while protecting the user. That day, he had taken the city and many lives. The invasion would have gone a lot quicker if they hadn't interfered. He was the pest control, did his job and rode back to one of his bases, seeing a small blue child and that note. He was hesitant, but he saw potential. Use the child. He might be useful one day. Pest control. He needs to stop a small resistance before it gets big.
Damn. What do you think so
He's
far?
fully brainwashed, man. Poor Sonic is brainwashed.
Later he gets unbrainwashed.
That's good.
Yeah, because this is an AU where Eggman raised Sonic. So yeah. Chapter 5, Magic and Machinery. Hey guys, I'm on vacation at the moment, so there will be longer time gap between the chapter releases. Robotnik had been experimenting with the Emerald Sonic got that day. The Chaos Emeralds were emanating power, lots of it. He had seen all 7 of them all used together. That fateful day, his nemesis was all yellow and could do all sorts of things with that power. He could have more power. These drills are rumored to give off unbelievable amounts of energy. Of course, he killed him with his machines, almost turned him into Gibbs, cut him up like a tomato, smashed him up into hedgehog ketchup. You could barely identify the body, and she ended up in a similar fate. His memories are too gory. He needs to focus on what he could do with an emerald. Blood all over everything. Focus. So basically, right? So basically, when I was younger, right, I was like, what if it's only like hedgehogs that can turn super or something? So I was like, yeah, cause so far
Yeah.
Robotnik had some conflict in his mind. Do 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 do. Sorry, I saw the word conflict and I was like, conflict? Like from every rhythm game on Earth? He shouldn't be thinking about blood and bits. He needed to think about machine code, and bits was new creation, which will utilize all the energy of the Chaos Emeralds when placed into a place for the emeralds. He sat down on his chair and drank some coffee, specifically a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk. Movie reference. Calm down. Relax. Think. He hadn't taken a break since last week. As a scientist, he knows all about rest and sleep. Maybe he should get some. Sonic was being supervised, and by supervision, was being supervised by supervision robots more recently. He trusted them with his little boy. After all, he did make them. My throat. This is a performance piece. You know how concerts are long, right? I respect
Yeah.
every artist who can sing straight for 3 hours without losing their voices.
Yeah. I know. I can't even call for however long we're doing because my throat is killing me now.
Yeah, do you want to take a water break, actually?
Wait. Hold on. You wanted to split this into parts, right? How long is one part?
1,000 words per chapter, usually.
We could just come back tomorrow and do another 4 chapters.
Hmm.
Wait, are you on half term?
I don't know, actually.
When is your half term?
I think the week after next week. But
Oh,
anyways,
I have 2 weeks of half term.
let's get to chapter 5. No, I think it's the one after this, and then we can finish this part. He hadn't taken a break since us.
Yeah.
Okay, I was.
And then we'll come back and do it later.
Yeah, what was he doing again? Trying to use Chaos Emerald in his work? He wondered if Sonic had some reaction to the Emerald, as his nemesis did. He could do many tricks with the Emeralds, like turn super or something. That form is said to make one OP. Only a select few people have this skill. but he only saw his nemesis turn into his form. His fur turned gold and the aura was the same color. His eyes were being held in by dark bags, and the lids were half shut. He leant against his desk and took a nap. Sonic was wondering why his dad was taking more time than usual. He opened the door and lit and saw his dad sleeping on the work desk with lots of paper skyscrapers, and the screensaver with the Empire's logo bouncing around the screen and changing different colors each time it bumped. Sonic got a blanket and put it over his dad and turned the monitor off so the light wouldn't irritate him. He also left some cookies. Sonic then left the room and went into the living room to play some video games. He was playing single player. He doesn't mind single player, but it just feels boring without asking someone if they could have a go. Hey, service bot, Sonic yelled. At your service, master, it replied with a monotone voice. Do you want to play games with me? As you wish, master. They played games together. The service bot was bad at it, but at least it's doing what its master asked about it. Sonic felt bored after a while. These video games are getting boring now, but that emerald looked interesting. He feels some strange energy coming off it, almost like it was attracting him, and when he was near it, he felt powerful. He went he went into his office and almost tried to grasp it. Robotnik quietly asked, "Why are you taking the emerald? Did I fall asleep?" Sorry, Dad. It felt like it was calling my name, and there was this energetic feeling when I'm near one. Oh, gosh, is it okay if I run some tests on you? Yeah. Robotnik took out all kinds of wires and put them on Sonic. Sonic was unaware but let him proceed. Robotnik then jumped with a lot of joy. Yes, 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 Robotnik yelled. Also great, Dad. You can use the Chaos Emeralds. The test showed that, and so did that symptom. I don't know how to use them. Very well, I'll research on it later. It's almost bedtime. Get ready. Sure, Dad. Sonic went to brush his teeth and Robotnik lovingly tucked him into bed and read him a bedtime story. He then went to his bed and went to sleep. Sonic had a bit of a hard time sleeping. He kept on getting up and wandering the house. He went back to sleep, but shortly after he tossed and turned in his bed and woke up again. This annoyed him, but he could hear something, a voice calling to him. It got louder as he went near the exit. He was running there. Help me! The voice screeched. I'm coming! Sonic yelled. He then kicked the door open and saw a war zone, an entire city being attacked. No one left, just him, and then he saw that Empire branded missiles were above the air. He lifted the debris to find a hand, which grabbed him, and he rushed into a zone, practically flying through. Yellow light shone on the objects near him, and then he fell a hole and was fell through a hole and was teleported to the sky. He barely could make out the silhouette, a red plane. He got closer and teleported to another destroyed city, filling up with water until he couldn't get out. Sonic leapt out of his bed, gasping for air, his eyes wide open. What does this dream mean? Sonic tried to calm himself down. He ran a few laps around the base and looked at the stars. He wondered how people thought a bunch of stars makes a lion or determines someone's dating compatibility. He didn't believe in that. He doesn't care about the Capri Sun or the apricot thing. It doesn't matter now what happens. I will never give up the fight. A song the voice inside me tells to run and fight. It doesn't matter now who's wrong or right. Do, 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 do. So yeah, after that butchering, but he learned how they are far from us, and
That was
Sonic thought
beautiful. Not butchered at all. Gorgeous. Beautiful.
it's supposed to be a
Breathtaking.
song
Hold on,
from
hold on.
Essay 1 and 2.
There you go.
Yay! Yeah. It's, sorry, I'm just warming up my voice. But he learned how they are far from us, and Sonic thought it would be interesting to see any planets near the stars. The sun was also a star. The vastness of the universe mesmerized him. I predicted mesmerizer, guys. I'm joking. Of course, humans and anthros.
Wait, Sonic and Mesmerizer?
Humans and anthros have already gone to other solar systems and galaxy, but even a galaxy is barely a grain compared to the vast size of the universe. Sonic did more stargazing. He looked at the shooting star and he heard about how people made wishes when they saw one. He crossed his fingers and tightly closed his eyes. I wish for a best friend. Oh my god, you know what that's like? I wish for a best friend. Where have I seen that? Where have I seen that, guys? Hello?
Oh,
0271.
oh, 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 it all comes back. The Hold My Apple Juice universe.
Cause like, you know when like Rainy, right, she gets a cheesecake, lights it, and is like, I wish for a best friend.
It's so sad, man. You just write about the loneliest people.
Oh my god. I actually have a fanfic
Projecting.
idea. I actually have a Yeah, I am projecting lol. I actually have a fanfic idea where Shadow actually ends up in like the Project Sekai world, and then he meets Saki Tenma, and then like he befriends Saki Tenma, and then he cries because Saki reminds him of Maria. Just a fanfic idea. Do you play
I like that
Project
idea so
Sekai?
much. Please write it.
Yeah, I'll write it.
No, but I know the story. Saki is the sick one, right? She's the blonde one who's in hospital.
Saki is sick, just
Yeah.
like Maria.
Yeah. Wait, are you still recording?
Yeah, I am. Sonic spent the rest of the
To
night
anyone
stuck.
listening, please be friends with Hold My Apple Juice. She is very lonely.
You're my friend, though. You're my friend. I have like you and Miko. I think they're in the server. They're in the
Okay, 2 friends. So good.
Yeah.
Please be friends with Hold My Apple Juice. And then we could be friends as well, and we could have like a group chat.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Sonic spent the rest of the night stargazing. The stars were twinkling and the moon was shining. Oh my god, did I make another reference there again? You know, because like the stars don't twinkle and the moon doesn't shine. The stars don't twinkle and the moon doesn't shine. It's a reference to a song from SA2. This night was so sublime. It's so unreal, but it's. It's under his world reference. He fell asleep, mesmerized by the magical night, able to sleep in his comfortable bed, and slept until the morning. Hey, Dad, are you making pancakes for breakfast today? Sonic asked. Yes, I am. I'm going to do chocolate syrup this time, Robotnik happily replied. That sounds so cool. And Sonic ate his breakfast and played for a bit, and went to his father's office and saw the Chaos Emerald. How could something so small hold such untold power? Sonic thought this was some kind of special magic, keeping it in a small object. He went to sleep that night with good dreams. He was jogging in a sunny climate. A rainbow had just formed. He saw another pair of shoes beside him, and one looking at the sunset, feeling the sunshine. He woke up that morning, feeling super joyful, excited for the day ahead of him. Okay, I'll let you.
This. Oh, those.
Okay, this is our last chapter before we stop. Unless you don't want to, because I'm happy going on, but I know like we both need water breaks.
I would like to take a break. Do you want to come back later today or tomorrow?
Later today.
Okay, give me a couple hours so I can actually get some studying done.
Okay, yeah. Same here.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we need to be productive.
yes. I have PPEs. Anyways,
Yes, to
bye.
anyone listening, do your homework.
Yes, kids, do
Goodbye.
your homework. Bye.
Bye.